Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And just a few days ago, we had another signing go down in the CFL. Trevor Harris returns to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, signs, I believe this is a one-year deal. Is that correct, Rick?
That is correct, my fine sir.
Which there was question of if he was coming back. It was most likely that he was going to come back, but he's 39 years old, so retirement's kind of something that has got to, it's in the picture, you know what I mean? But he signs another year with the Riders, wins a Grey Cup. Wasn't surprised to see that, as he had his best career year to date this past season, 4,549 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And he had played 17 games, and again, Grey Cup champion. Returns to Saskatchewan, so Saskatchewan putting the work in to try to make another run to get back to it next year. Which the interesting thing is that we meant to make this video earlier. We just have been very busy. However, that ended up working out, Rick, as we now have contract details. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So do you want to read out what the details are?
Yeah, just give me a second. I was just updating my charts. Okay, so we have the 6'3", 212-pound quarterback will receive a $190,000 signing bonus to ink his one-year agreement. He will earn a $220,000 in base salary, $25,000 in marketing, $15,300 in housing, along with $5,000 for travel allowance, for $455,300 in hard money. His total earnings could come out to $509,300 with $54,000 available in playtime money, $3,000 per game for playing 51% of the offensive snaps.
Yeah.
So I sent this to you earlier. So I'm just going to paint a picture for everyone. So Nathan Rourke is 809.
Yeah.
Chad Kelly is second with 625.
This is when talking about salaries, just to be clear.
Yeah. Zach Claris is 600. Vernon Adams is 505. Drew Brown is 462,500. Trevor Harris is 455,300. Trey Ford's 400,000, and Davis Alexander is 346,000. Yeah. So that puts Harris at the sixth highest paid
for quarterback, which is actually pretty low on that list for a 9-team league. You know what I mean? But
I mean, you can only pay your people so much.
Yeah, no. Well, and it's one of those things where it's also. You get two ends of the spectrum whenever your team does really well. On one hand, you get the guys that are like, I want a big payday. This is, I got my championship. I got my ring. I want a big payday. And I want to start off with, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to cash in on success. But then on the other hand, you kind of get the guys that are like, you know what? If we're going to run this back, if we're going to do it all over again, like taking pay cuts to allow the team to stay together is maybe potentially needed. And that's kind of what I view this as. This is a pretty team-friendly deal, all things considered. But it's one of those things, and it's a 1-year deal as well. So
if you really think about it, 455, so just say 455,000 in hard money isn't really a cap-friendly deal.
Well, I mean, when you compare it to other quarterbacks, it is. Like, I'll put it this way. The Trevor Harris could make a fair argument and say, listen, Chad Kelly didn't play a single game and made $625,000. Zach Claris makes $600K and I outperformed him. Vernon Adams makes $505 and I outperformed him. Drew Brown makes $462. I outperformed him. Like, he makes there's a reasonable argument that Trevor Harris could make for getting an extra $200,000 here. And again, when I'm saying it's a team-friendly deal, I'm not saying in the sense of he's getting paid nothing. He's making a lot of money. He is. I'm saying he could have reasonably gotten at least another 150,000 if he really wanted to hold up the team for money. If he wanted to hold up the team for money, I'll put it this way, Rick. If Trevor Harris, let's say the Riders offer the 455 that they did offer, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor Harris says, not interested. Actually, I'm interested in 600,000, no ifs, ands, or buts. I think Saskatchewan would sign that deal. You know what I mean? They may not prefer it, but I think the Riders would cave to that because they'd want to keep this guy around. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying that this is a team-friendly deal, is that he chose to leave money on the table. He could have gotten more, but he chose not to, which is, in my opinion, the definition of a team-friendly deal. A great example of this as well is Connor McDavid. Signed for $12.5 million. Rick, $12.5 million is not a small amount of money. My life would be a lot better with $12.5 million. It'd be fucking awesome. However, it was a team-friendly deal because he could have been making 20. And so that's kind of the way that I look at this. And so Trevor Harris wants to run it back. And I mean, who can blame him? I mean, he won a Grey Cup, first Grey Cup as a starter. You know, he's now a 3-time Grey Cup champion, 2012, 2016, and 2025. He was the most valuable player in the Grey Cup this year. 2-time CFL passing touchdowns leader. And he's had a very, very good, very illustrious career. And this was kind of that final stamp on it. And now if he wants to kind of tack on to that, he certainly can. And so, because over the course of his career, he's had 5 seasons over 4,000 passing yards. Also, by the way, I made the mistake of earlier saying that 4,549 was his most passing yards in a single season. That is incorrect. I forgot about 2017 as well as 2018, where he got 4,679 in 2017 and 5,116 passing yards in 2018. I had forgotten about that, but yeah, third year in Saskatchewan, increasing numbers, increasing games played. That was another thing that just of note. But he's going to make a lot of money here. And as we're going to discuss in another video that will be coming out later on this day as of when you're watching this video, Riders got their quarterback situation, they got their starter and they got their short yardage situation all tacked up. So make sure you check out our video coming out later today on the Riders signing Tommy Stevens. So is there anything else that you got for this one, Rick, or we pretty much covered it? I think we pretty much covered it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord, where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all things sports. So make sure you go there and keep the conversation going. We appreciate all you guys' support. Peace, love, and positivity to all you wonderful people at home. We will see you guys next time.